Hi everyone, it's Denise. Welcome back to my channel. A special welcome to my new subscribers. Thank you so much for choosing to hang out with me today. And to my regulars, thank you so much for joining me again today. So I have been wanting to make an acetate box with a lid for quite a while now. And so last night I decided that I was just gonna go for it. I have no tutorial. This is just something that I've had in my head for a while and I wanted to try it. So I did. So this is the first one that I created. This was this one is about 4.5 inches tall, and it's a 3x3 box with a lid. Okay, so it has a lid on it, and I just used some of this Tales of You and Me paper that I still have laying around, and I really wanted to use it up. So really, I use that paper now to do my templates. And so this is what I created last night. Like I said, it is a 3x3 box with a lid, and this acetate piece here is about 4.5 inches tall. And what I did was I folded over the lid edges, both on the bottom and the top, just to give it some more strength. And on some of them I also added a separate piece of paper just to give it a little bit more sturdiness. So this is the first one that I attempted, and this acetate is a 12-inch long sheet of paper. And when I got to the end here where it had to come together, I realized that I didn't have any extra acetate to seal the two sides together in this corner. So what I did was I cut another strip of acetate and I put some red line tape on either side of this, and I scored it down the middle and I put it on here. And it doesn't look so it doesn't look so neat right now, but like I said, this is just a prototype, and it's just, you make the prototypes to work out your kinks and errors in your project. So this I didn't like so much, so I needed to work on that. And what I did was I did a second one. This is the second one that I did. And again, I put the this strip on here, and I still didn't like the way it looked. And not only that, but on this one here, you can see there's some gaps in here. So the acetate piece, I scored it every 3 inches, and apparently that doesn't work. So it has to be a little bit shy of 3 inches when you score it. So on this one here, the problem that I had was, again, the acetate was too wide, and so I have this gap in this corner here, and it's kind of bubbling over here as a result of that. But all the other corners came out fine. So this was the second one I made. So this one I'm probably just going to keep for myself. And then so on this one, I scored each of these corners a little less than 3 inches, and it came out perfectly. And when I did that, I had a little piece left over so that I could wrap it over and seal it. So I didn't have to add this extra piece here onto it. I just had to wrap it around and done. See, this side doesn't have it, but you can see it on this side. All right, so let me show you what I used. So you're gonna need your glue, you're gonna need your scoreboard, some red line tape works better for this project. If you're using acetate, you need your scissors, your scoring tool, your paper, and these are the reinforcement pieces for the lid. Okay, so we'll use that later. And of course you have your acetate piece here. And this is 3 by 12 inches. So put all this aside. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your paper, and this is the new Garden Party by Maggie Holmes, and I like to use my stylus for this. It has a ballpoint on it, and you're going to score this on all 4 sides at 3/4 of an inch, and then at 1.5 inches. And then you're going to rotate 3/4 of an inch, 1.5. And this is a 6x6 sheet of paper. Forgot to mention that. And then your bottom piece is also 6 by 6, and you're going to do the same thing, 3/4 of an inch, 1.5 on all 4 sides. And this is just some regular 65-pound weight cardstock that I have. Okay, so let's get this out of the way. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna fold and burnish all of your score lines. Okay, so now that you have your pieces scored and burnished, you're going to grab your scissors and you're going to, on all sides, I'm going to do mine on the left side of all of them. I'm going to cut and I'm going to create that wedge, just like that. Okay, and you're going to cut this piece off here. And then cut that off. So this is what you have. And I'm going to do that on all 4 sides. Okay, so when you're done, all 4 sides, this is how it's gonna look. And then you're gonna do the same thing with this piece right here, and that's your lid. Okay, so this is what you have, and now we're going to put it all together. Starting with the bottom, I'm going to take these tabs and we're going to put glue on all of these tabs right here and fold it. Okay, so we're going to put glue on the tab. And then you're going to line it up with this edge right here and make sure it's nice and square. And just apply some pressure to it till it grabs. And the next one, you can use double-sided tape for this if you like. I just like to use the wet glue because it holds it a little bit longer and makes it more sturdy. And on top of that, if you're living in a warmer climate where it gets pretty hot out, you don't want it to come undone, and that's why I use the wet glue. Okay. So I'm just going to burnish that all down. Make sure it's all good and stuck down. And then we're going to start folding these tabs down towards the inside. So I'm going to put some glue on this side. And I'm going to turn this to the inside of the box. I'm going to go to the opposite side, add some glue there, and you don't need a whole lot of glue. Just turn that in. And when you double the lid sides like this, it just makes it so much more sturdier, and your box will last longer. Okay, and there's your lid. So then I'm gonna take this, and it seems to fit, so I'm gonna glue that side of it. You don't need a whole lot, and just stick that right in there. So there's that. All right, and then we're gonna do the same thing with this one. To all your tabs, glue your tab down. Make sure you line it up with that corner. And just hold it for a few seconds until you feel it grab. Remove any excess glue. And I am using the art glitter glue. And we're going to do the same thing that we did with the bottom of the box. Okay, and then we're going to take this piece here, make sure it fits. Yes, it does. And this piece here on both the top and the bottom lids, I cut it just shy of 3 inches squared. If I didn't mention that already. Okay, so there you have your top and bottom. All right, so let's close this up because we don't need the glue anymore. We're gonna bring back our scoreboard and we're gonna take our 12 by 3 inch piece of acetate, and on the long side we're just going to place this down. I know it's kind of hard to see, but what we're going to do is we're going to take our acetate here and shove it all the way to the edge here, and what we're going to do is we're just going to move it slightly, like between 1/8 of an inch. Actually, between the 16th of an inch, we're going to just move it in between this 0 here and here. I'm just going to put the acetate right in the middle, and I'm going to use this stylus, and we're going to mark it at 3. And you're going to have to do this a few times because you're going to have to be able to fold it. I mean, if you wanted to, you can probably flip it over and score it on the other side as well. So what I do is I just shift it over a little bit from the 3. This is where I scored it, so I'm moving it to this area right here in between these 2 lines and putting it like right in the middle of those 2 lines. Let me see if I can zoom in. Okay, so it's right here. And then I'm going to score it at 6. Okay, and then I'm going to take my score line and I'm going to shift it in between these 2 lines right here. So it's like right in the middle. I know you can't see it, but it's there. And then I'm going to score it at 9. between those two lines. That's where my score line is, right there. And then I'm gonna go to 12 and I'm gonna score right there. Okay. Okay. So you guys can see where the score lines are. Right, so let's move this. Maybe you can see it better here. There's a line there, there's a line here, there's a line here, and right there. Okay, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your acetate and you're gonna fold it on those score lines, and it's gonna be really hard to see. You can fold it on the score line and then burnish it. Okay, and then you're gonna do that to this one also. And you're gonna do it with this one. And then you're gonna do it to this one also. But before we do burnish this one, we're gonna put some of this red line tape on it. So, and you're gonna put it on the inside. So take your red line tape. And you're gonna put it on that little strip there, beside the last score line that you made. Just put it on there. It's easier to do it this way before you fold it, because if you fold it, you're gonna have a hard time keeping this side to lay flat. Cut off the excess. Okay, and then now you can fold it and burnish it. Okay, so now that you have this, you're gonna take your bottom piece and make sure that it fits. Just do a dry run and make sure that it fits. And this seems like it's fitting pretty good. Once I have it pushed down, you see how my corners are meeting? My acetate is meeting the corner of the bottom of the box. That's what you want. Okay, so now I'm gonna take some more of my red line tape. Now you can use a thicker red line tape for this if you want to, but I am doing it this way, where I put some scoring tape on the bottom of the acetate. And I'm just going to take it all the way around on all four sides. Cut that off right there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my lid, and at the top right here is where I'm going to run another line of tape all the way around. And make sure you get those corners stuck down really well. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my pokey tool and just get, where's that end? This right here. We're just going to take up, where is it? Where is it? Oh, right here. I'm just going to start this red line tape up. I'm just going to take a little section of it up. And then I'm going to fold it back. See right here? I'm going to fold it back and just press that a little bit so it stays up like that. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this piece right here, and I'm just gonna undo this edge right here, and this piece right here is gonna go down to the very bottom of the box, as far down as you can get it. So if the edge of this is touching the bottom of this, that's what you want. So this is where I'm starting from. That's where I release that section right there. I'm gonna put everything into the box the way it needs to go. Put this acetate in the box. And then I'm gonna take this edge right here and I'm gonna push it right in the corner and all the way down to the bottom of the box. Make sure you don't lose your tail here for that red line tape. Okay. And you're gonna push down and make sure that all your corners meet. I'm gonna grab this red part of the tape to release, and I'm just gonna pull it and make sure it's all stuck down. And just run your finger around the bottom and make sure that it is touching the bottom. And then I'm gonna go around the corner. Make sure this corner is good. Pull your tape, push it down. Same thing on this side here. Push down, you're good in this corner over here. And the same thing here. All right. So then what you want to do is you want to take this off. So I just took the tape off of here, and I'm gonna attach this piece to this little piece here to close up the box. Make sure your edges are lined up at the top. Let me start at the top. Line that up. Okay, so we got it lined up. And then this is where I'm going to take my bone folder and I'm just going to burnish that down. So there you have it. Okay, and so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to, that red tape in here, I'm going to take that off. Because you see, if you just leave it like that, you'll have a gap in here. So what this top layer does is it secures it. Let me get my... Just get this started here. Okay, and I'm just going to go all the way around and take that off. And then just burnish it again. Don't need this. Okay, and just put your lid on. And there's your box. How cute is that? So there's that one. There's this one. I put some decorative trim on the bottom of it. So we could do that right now, actually. I have these two. Let's see. That looks kind of light. Let me take them out and see. think I like this one. Alright, so let's take this and let's start it over here. And I just put it on here lightly just to see where it's going to land. Because if it's going around a corner, that might not be such a good thing. Okay. So there you have it, guys. Stay on. There you have it. There are the acetate boxes. So I'm really happy with the way this turned out. It's really easy to do and it's a lot of fun to make. You guys can make this any height that you want, but if you want to use a 12 by 12 sheet of acetate, I would just keep the box size base to a 3 by 3 square, and that way you'll only have to use one sheet of the acetate. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Thank you for sticking with me throughout the video. You guys, I appreciate you. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. You guys stay blessed.